Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's almost Friday. How awesome is that? And you made it through the week and you're doing great. I'm doing great. I want to talk to you tonight about goal setting, but I want to take it one step further. Um, a lot of the people I work with say, I set goals, but I never get them. I set goals, but I never get them. I set goals, but I never get them. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about one way I know that really helps people to achieve their goals. And we're going to kind of walk through it tonight quickly. And then I'm just going to invite you to come to my NLP session because it's worth the time that you'll spend, to accomplish your goals. Man, my hair's wild today. So goal setting, you know about the SMART goals, right? Everybody's done a SMART goal. It's specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's realistic or relevant, one of the two, and it's time bound. Okay, so it's specific. We know exactly what we want to get. It's measurable. We know how we're going to get there. We know when we got there because we can measure it. It's attainable. It's not something that's, like I'm going to go to Pluto and back tomorrow night. Maybe if you're an astral traveler, you might, I don't know. It's relevant or what was the other one I said? It's irrelevant or realistic. So that'd be the same as attainable. So relevant, what's it going to do for you? Is it for you or is it for somebody else? Because there's goals like I'm going to lose weight for him. Well, that's not for you. That's for him. So the goal is for you. And then it's time bound. So it's specific time when I'm going to accomplish that goal by. Okay. That part's pretty easy. And people do that all the time. And we can walk through that really fast. There's some other pieces that go with that. And one of them is the values that you have around this goal. So if it's a relationship goal, what are your values around relationships? If it's a money goal, what are your values around money? If your goal is if your value is philanthropy, but you don't value wealth at all, it's going to be hard for you to get that goal because it's not one of your values. So we work through your values list and make sure that lines up and works for you. But the piece that's so awesome, once we get that goal set and once we know what it is, then the next part is the fun part. It's the visualization part. It's the future pacing part. So a lot of the work that I do with people and that you learn in NLP, in an NLP workshop, you'll do a lot with visualization because your unconscious mind has no sense of time. There's no future, there's no past. It's just now. It's right now. And your unconscious mind has no idea whether it's true or false. It just thinks it is. Okay. So we set the goal. We've got to design and we think about it. Okay. So imagine you had a goal. I'm just going to imagine you have a goal. Okay. I have a big goal I'm working on right now, but let's imagine you have a goal. So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes now. Okay, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Now, I know some of you didn't close your eyes. That's okay. If you want to keep them open, keep them open. For some, it's easier to do this with their eyes closed, so don't feel self-conscious. So I want you to think about that goal. I want you to think about that exact minute when you know you got that goal. The exact minute. Okay, imagine it. Imagine it. What I want you to do is I want you to see everything that you can see in that goal. It's at that time that your goal is accomplished. Everything. See what you can see. What are you wearing? Who's with you? Who's around you? Where are you? Is it bright out? Is it dark out? Okay. I want you to hear all the ears. I want you to hear all the sounds that you can hear. Do you hear people clapping for you? Do you hear silence because you're by yourself? Do you hear music playing? Do you hear the car, the motor of the car because you're driving? So imagine that. Just imagine where you're going to be, what you're going to be wearing, what it's going to sound like. What are your clothes going to feel like that you're in? You're imagining what they're going to look like. What do they feel like? What is the sensation you feel in your stomach when you accomplish that goal? What is that feeling in your head? Is your physiology, are you warm? Did you get warmer? Did you get hot? Is your heart beating faster? Do you have that feeling of excitement that causes the adrenaline rush? Now, if your eyes are still closed, I want you to see all you can see. And I want you to hear all you can hear. And I want you to feel all you can feel. Now, if it helps, make that picture, that visualization you have really big, really bright, really big, like a drive-in movie screen big. And I want you to put yourself right in the middle of that goal that you've accomplished. You can see, you could almost reach out and touch people because you're in it. You're looking around in it. Make sure you're in it. Okay. And I want you to step out of that picture. Step out of that picture. And I want you to take that picture. I want you to shrink it down, shrink it down, shrink it down, shrink it down. With all the goodness still in it. It's still bright. It's still as loud as it was. It's still moving. And I want you to put that goal right here in your hands. Okay, put it right here in the palm of your hands. Okay. I want you to breathe some breaths on it. Ready? Okay. Now, I want you to float. Just imagine you're floating. Just imagine you're floating, and I want you to open your hand right above when you will accomplish that goal and let it fall. Just like a feather. Let it fall, just like a feather. Right to the ground. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. Settle right on the date when it will be accomplished. Do you see it? Did you see it settle right in? There you go. There you go. Feel that feeling. Feel all the feelings you have right now and remember them. You can even anchor it. We'll talk about anchoring tomorrow, but today you can anchor. We'll teach about that tomorrow, but you've just future-paced. You future-paced your goal. You put it in your future, but your unconscious mind doesn't know that it's in the future. It thinks you've already accomplished it because your unconscious mind, like I told you last night, it's there to keep you safe. So if it thinks you haven't accomplished something before, it's going to hold back and go, oh, hang on, you haven't accomplished that before, and that might not be safe. But now you've just played it out in your mind. You've played the movie for your unconscious mind. It thinks it's real. And it says, oh, we know how to do that. We just did it. Okay? There you go. Work with your unconscious mind. Visualize your goal being set on the day you want it set. Maybe go a couple days early. That might be fun. But visualization is such a great tool to work with your unconscious mind. Let me know how it goes for you after you do it. I would love for you to just come back and comment and let me know. Or you can send me a message. I don't care about how it goes. If you want to send me a message, a great way to get a hold of me is to text 206-309-6580. It's a text community I have. I've sent out affirmations. I've sent out funny jokes. It's not spammy. It's just meant to kind of keep you going, know that somebody's out there for you. Know that somebody's cheering for you. And it is me, so I will respond back. So the other piece that I'd like to share with you is this piece that we did that was called future pacing, that I call future pacing, putting your goal in the future. Is something that we'll go over at my NLP workshop coming up April 22nd through the 25th. And then I don't know that I've mentioned it, but 22nd through the 25th is the end class, and then there'll be some out of class study time for you in order to get your certification. So you can text reserve to that same number, 206-309-6580. And we'll get your spot reserved. We'll get you all registered and you'll be in. You can start studying ahead of time and be done with that piece. How cool is that? So thanks for joining me. Thanks for sharing your goal. Well, you didn't really share it with me, but you shared it with your unconscious mind. You put it out there in the future. And now it is so. It is so. Have a good night, everybody.